Hello guys. So today we'll start with question solving of atomic structure from NOST. Now, question number one is which of the following is isodiapers? Now, what is the meaning of isodiapers? Isodiapers are substances. Isodiapers are substances which have same difference of number of proton and number of neutron. Okay, which have same difference of number of proton and number of neutron. Okay, so if we'll take example of carbon, okay, if we'll take example of carbon, so atomic number of carbon is 6, its mass is 12. And if we are taking example of sodium, so atomic number of sodium is 11 and its mass is 23. Now number of proton is nothing but atomic number, which is 6 and 11 over here. Number of neutron is upper number minus lower number, matlab atomic mass minus atomic number. So over here it is 6 and over here it will become 23 minus 11, which is 12. If we are taking difference between proton and neutron, then for carbon it is 0, but for sodium it is 1. So carbon and sodium are not isodiapers. Now similarly, if you carry out for rest of them, you will find only one answer is correct, which is option C. See, option C mein there is one helium and oxygen. Atomic number of helium is 2, mass is 4. Atomic number of oxygen is 8, atomic mass is 16. Number of proton is atomic number, which is 2 and 8 respectively. Number of neutron is upper number minus lower number, which is 4 minus 2, 2. And over here 16 minus 8, which is 8. So difference between proton and neutron will become 0 for both helium and oxygen, and hence helium and oxygen both are isodiapers of each other. Next, which of the following does not characterize X-rays? The radiation can ionize the gas. Yep, X-rays can ionize any gas. Okay, it causes fluorescence effect on ZNS. Correct hai? It causes fluorescence effect. It is deflected by electrical and magnetic field. So guys, this is not wrong. Correct. Remember this. X-rays are electromagnetic radiation. X-rays are electromagnetic radiation and they are not deflected by electrical or magnetic field. Okay? So they are asking which of the following does not characterize the X-rays. So this is the correct answer. Actually, I have written wrong because that is the wrong statement and which is being asked. So this is the correct answer. Option C is the answer. The ratio of specific charge of proton and an alpha particle is. So ratio of specific charge of proton to that of specific charge of alpha particle they are asking. So what is the formula of specific charge, guys? Specific charge is nothing but charge upon mass. So we have to write down charge of proton upon mass of proton, the whole thing divided by charge of alpha particle upon mass of alpha particle. Now charge of proton is 1 upon mass of proton is 1 AMU. Charge on alpha particle, remember this, alpha particle is nothing but helium plus 2 ion, doubly ionized helium atom. So charge is plus 2 upon mass of helium is 4. So this one will become 1 upon 2 and this 2 will go up and you will get 2 upon 1. So what is the ratio? Ratio is 2 is to 1 and option A is the correct answer over here. Next, the increasing order of the values of E to M, charge to mass. E to M is nothing but charge to mass ratio or else specific charge is. Okay. Now guys, specific charge में तुम लोगों को क्या क्या पूछा है? Electron, proton, neutron and alpha particle. Now, in case of neutron में Q is equals to 0. Neutron के लिए Q is equals to 0. So E by M ratio will become 0. Now for proton, Q is equals to 1. इसका मास हम लोगों को पता है 1 AMU रहता है. तो Q by M या फिर E by M ratio will become 1. Now for alpha particle, Q is equals to 2, M is equals to 4. तो इसका E by M हो जाएगा 2 upon 4, which is equals to 1 upon 2. Now for इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए चार्ज 1 रहता है, हम लोगों को पता है, बट मास इज 1 अपॉन 1873 टाइम्स ऑफ प्रोटॉन, ठीक है। तो E बाय एम अगर हम लोग निकालने गए इन टर्म्स ऑफ एम यू आई एम राइटिंग, तो इट विल बिकम 1 अपॉन 1 divided by 1837, and this one will give us 1837. So highest value is for electron, lowest is for neutron. तो न्यूट्रॉन के लिए सबसे कम, इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए सबसे ज्यादा. Between proton and alpha particle has lower value, hence correct answer is D. Neutron will have lowest value, then alpha particle, then proton, and electron has highest value. Next, the mass to charge ratio. Mass to charge, guys, this is not specific charge, this is mass to charge ratio for a cation is 1.5 into 10 raised to 16, 10 raised to minus 6 kg per coulomb. What is the mass of this atom? Okay, so they are given us mass to charge ratio is equals to 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 6 kg per coulomb. Now they have mentioned that this is a cation, एक simple cation है, and cation के ऊपर charge कितना होगा, +1 E का, which is nothing but 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 कूलम. तो ये वैल्यू अगर हम लोग यहाँ पे लिख दें, E की वैल्यू अगर मैं यहाँ पे पुट कर दूं, तो मास इज नथिंग बट मास अपॉन 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 कूलम, which is equals to 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 6 kg per coulomb. Now mass will become 1.5 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 10 raised to minus 19 kg per coulomb into coulomb. Now per coulomb will get cancelled out, and 15 into 16 will get 2.4. This one will become 2.4 into 10 raised to minus 25 kg. Okay, guys, and now this is in kg. We are being asked in grams, तो इसे grams में हम लोगों को convert करना पड़ेगा. Okay, guys, I think there is a printing mistake. Let me just have a look, because none of the answer is matching. So let me check it. Okay, so this one is okay. The correct answer, correct option, the correct value is 10 raised to 8. Okay, so this value is 10 raised to 8. That is the mistake. So this is 10 raised to 8, guys. Please make this change. 10 raised to 8. Okay, so 10 raised to 8 into 10 raised to minus 19, we'll get 10 raised to 27, minus 27, but this is in kg. Guys, we need to convert it into grams. So correct answer is 2.4 into 10 raised to minus 24 grams. And option C is the correct answer. Next, Rutherford's experiment on scattering of alpha particles showed for the first time that the atom has, क्या बताया था उसने, हम लोगों को न्यूक्लियस के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन दी थी, तो एटम हैज न्यूक्लियस. Next, alpha particles are represented by helium nuclei. In Bohr's stationary orbit, electron do not move. ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता है, इलेक्ट्रॉन रिवॉल्व कर रही है. Electrons move by radiating energy. नहीं, ऐसा भी नहीं होता. Energy of electron remains constant. Yep, this is correct. Option C is correct over here. Angular momentum of electron is कितना रहता है guys? ये कितना होना चाहिए था? Integer multiple of h upon 2 pi. ये just h upon 2 pi है, which is wrong. On the basis of Bohr's model, the radius of third orbit is equal to radius of first orbit. ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता. 3 times the radius of first orbit. ऐसा भी नहीं होता. क्यों नहीं होता? रेडियस का फॉर्मूला क्या रहता है? रेडियस इन nth orbit is 0.529 into n square upon z. Now value of n is given as 3. तो n square कितना हो जाएगा? n square will become 9. तो it is 9 times, याद रखो, it is 9 times to that of first orbit. So correct answer is D. Correct answer is D. The correct expression derived for the energy of an electron in nth energy level for an hydrogen atom is. तो क्या एक्सप्रेशन थी हम लोगों की? हम लोगों की एक्सप्रेशन थी -2 पाई स्क्वायर m z e raised to 4 upon n square upon h square. Now, since this is hydrogen atom, value of z is equals to 1, तो ये 1 यहाँ पे पुट कर दो एंड कौन सा ऑप्शन मैच हो रहा है देखो, फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज मैचिंग बट दिस इज पॉजिटिव ओवर हियर, तो ये नहीं आने वाला है, सेकंड वाला नहीं मैच कर रहा है, थर्ड वन इज आई गेस नो इट इज नॉट मैचिंग बिकॉज इट इज 2 raised to e raised to 2, we need e raised to 4, so option D is the correct answer guys. Next, ionization energy of hydrogen atom in ergs, joules and electron volt respectively is. तो ionization energy का फॉर्मूला क्या था? फॉर्मूला वाज 13.6 into z square. इतना छोटा सा फॉर्मूला है गाइस, ये वैल्यू आती है इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट में। तो हाइड्रोजन एटम जैसे ही दिख जाए z इज इक्वल टू 1, ये पता ही हम लोगों को, तो वी विल गेट 13.6 into 1 square in electron volt, that means 13.6 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट। अब अगर देखोगे तो 13.6 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट सिर्फ फर्स्ट ऑप्शन में, तो ये तुम लोगों को डायरेक्ट आंसर मिल जाएगा। नाउ टू कन्वर्ट 13.6 into joules, what you will do, you will multiply it by 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 and you will get this answer in joules. Now to convert joules into ergs, what you will do, you will multiply answer in joules with 10 raised to 7 and you will get conversion in ergs। ठीक है, तो A is the correct answer, मल्टीप्लिकेशन करके देखना, तुम लोगों को ये वैल्यूज अपने आप मिल जाएंगी। Now for any hydrogen like system the ratio of velocities of first, second and third orbit will be, guys velocities का फॉर्मूला हम लोगों को देखना है, देखो रेशियो ऑफ वेलोसिटी ऑफ फर्स्ट ऑर्बिट, सेकेंड ऑर्बिट एंड थर्ड ऑर्बिट, ये हम लोगों को पूछा है। वेलोसिटी इन nth ऑर्बिट का फॉर्मूला क्या था, 2.18 into 10 raised to 8 into z upon n, बस यही वैल्यूज हम लोगों को यहाँ पे पुट करनी है। अब फर्स्ट के लिए क्या हो जाएगा, 2.18 into 10 raised to 8 into z अपॉन n, n यहाँ पे फर्स्ट के लिए 1 हो जाएगा, बाद में 2.18 into 10 raised to 8 z अपॉन 2 के लिए यहाँ पे 2 आ जाएगा एंड 2.18 into 10 raised to 8 into z अपॉन 3 के लिए यहाँ पे 3 आ जाएगा। अब ये सारे वैल्यूज कट कर दो, 2.18 एंड 2.18 into 10 raised to 8 कैंसिल आउट हो गए, हर एक जगह से z कैंसिल आउट हो गया। व्हाट इज द रेशियो, 1 is to 1 upon 2 is to 1 upon 3। okay guys, and this is the ratio and as you can see second option B is the correct answer। यहाँ पे एक स्पेस मिसिंग है बट तुम लोगों को समझ में आ रहा होगा, 1 is to 1 upon 2 is to 1 upon 3। ओके, तो नेक्स्ट, द वॉल्यूम ऑफ न्यूक्लियस इज अबाउट, ओके तो देखो रेडियस ऑफ न्यूक्लियस कितनी रहती है, रेडियस ऑफ न्यूक्लियस रहती है 10 raised to minus 15, रेडियस ऑफ एटम कितनी रहती है 10 raised to minus 10। अब वॉल्यूम ऑफ न्यूक्लियस अगर हम लोगों को निकालना है तो कितना हो जाएगा, 4/3 पाई रेडियस ऑफ न्यूक्लियस का क्यूब डिवाइडेड बाय वॉल्यूम ऑफ एटम, अगर हम लोगों को निकालना है तो वो कितना हो जाएगा, 4/3 पाई रेडियस ऑफ एटम का होल क्यूब। अब 4/3 पाई कैंसिल आउट हो जाएगा, वॉल्यूम ऑफ न्यूक्लियस अपॉन वॉल्यूम ऑफ एटम विल बिकम 10 raised to minus 15 the whole cube upon 10 raised to minus 10 the whole cube, which is equals to 10 raised to minus 45 upon 10 raised to minus 30, which is equals to 10 raised to minus 15। So correct option is B। Next, an electron in an atom jumps in such a way that its kinetic energy changes from x to x/4, the change in potential energy will be। So guys, first of all we need to find out change in kinetic energy। what is the change in kinetic energy from x to x/4, तो फाइनल माइनस इनिशियल हम लोग करेंगे। what is the correct answer, minus 3 by 4x is the change in kinetic energy. Now, we all know the ratio of total energy to kinetic energy to potential energy. What was that? Minus 1 is to 1 is to minus 2. So, kinetic energy is, sorry, just a minute. So, change in potential energy is minus 2 times to that of change in kinetic energy. So what we will do, minus 2 into minus 3 by 4 x, ये कैंसिल आउट हो जाएगा, ये माइनस माइनस कैंसिल आउट हो जाएगा, we will get plus 3 by 2 x. Okay, so plus 3 by 2 x is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. Next, the potential energy of an electron in hydrogen atom is minus 6.8 electron volt. Indicate in which excited state the electron is present. Okay, so again they are given us, they have given us potential energy. So first of all, from potential energy, let's calculate total energy. Total energy is equals to half of potential energy. guys, ये एक्सप्रेशन कहाँ से आया? हम लोगों के ओरिजिनल रिलेशनशिप में से. This was the relationship minus 1 is to 1 is to minus 2. तो इस रिलेशन पे से मैंने ये टोटल एनर्जी का रिलेशनशिप निकाल दिया. अब what do we want? We want total energy means energy in nth orbit, and energy in nth orbit कितना आएगा? देखो 1 by 2 into potential energy given is minus 6.8, so we will get minus 3.4 electron volt, and we all know this is the energy in n is equals to 2. So second shell. Okay, now what they are asking in which excited state the electron is. So remember this, n is equals to 1 is ground state and n is equals to 2 is first excited state. So first excited state matlab option A is the correct answer. Okay guys, so these are the first 15 questions from NMST for structure of atoms. So with this we'll stop over here.